Hello Steno candidates, I am Ravina. Welcome to your own YouTube channel Lotus Steno Legal Matters. I am going to dictate you Steno Legal Matters. Please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for more dictations. So be ready for the dictation. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. Learned CIT within bracket A observed that the AO issued notices under section 133 within bracket 6 of the Act at the addresses provided by the assessee and found that ITI had made inquiries in respect of 9 share applicants bracket start mentioned at page 26 of the CIT within bracket A order bracket close and reported that 7 share applicants were non-existent at the given address and the other 2 companies were closed down after March 2006 stop. Learned CIT within bracket A also observed that AO further conducted inquiries of 12 more share applicants through ITI stop. The IDCIT bracket within bracket A, after going through the submissions made by the IT Council for the assessee bracket start reproduced at pages 26 to 30 of this order bracket close had observed as under semicolon. Next para within bracket small I that the appellant has furnished copy of ration card and oblique or PAN card in the case of individual incorporation certificate issued by the registrar of companies and copy of active status of the company from Ministry of Company Affairs, Government of India sites wherein the addresses of the companies are given. Stop. Next para within bracket 2 small I as per the appellant the ITI's report dated 7 December 2009 was made part of show cause notice issue under section 142 within bracket 1 dated 4 December 2009 stop. Further, it has also been contended that ITI's report dated 18 December 2009 has been made part of show cause notice issued under section 142 within bracket 1 dated 17 December 2009 stop. In the ITI's report dated 18 December 2009, it has been specifically reported that on the directions issued by the AO on 18 December 2009, the ITI had made spot inquiries stop. Thus, it is not understood how the inquiries conducted by the ITIs on 18 December 2009 were known to the AO beforehand on 17 December 2009 stop. Furthermore, it is also gathered from ITI's reports dated 8 December 2009 that interestingly ITA number 3401 DEL 2011 he has made inquiries in Delhi from tea vendors, fruit vendors and passer by in order to ascertain the addresses of share applicants, whereas the fact is that in city like Delhi, even the neighbors do not know each other, what to talk of fruit vendors, tea vendors and passer by stop. Thus, the inquiries made from the aforesaid sets of persons is ridiculous and is brushed aside. Stop. Further, the IT's report is not based on specific results of inquiries conducted by him. Furthermore, the statement recorded in respect of Sadar Surinder Pal Singh should not be given much credence in as much as the appellant has furnished copies of ITR's audited balance sheets and active status of the two companies to establish that the aforesaid companies were at present in existence and not closed down as started by aforesaid person. Stop. Next dictation. The petitioner's father, late Sri Munna Lal Khanna, was serving as draftee in Union Bank of India in short B, the bank Station Road branch, Mirzapur stop. He expired on 26 November 1996, while on duty stop. Srimati Sila Khanna, the widow of the deceased employee, made a representation of the bank on 3 December 1996, nominating her son in the petitioner, Rajiv Kumar Khanna, for appointment under the scheme of appointment on compassionate grounds. Stop. In the representation, she clearly stated that she is unable to join the service of the bank for the reasons of her illness. Stop. The deputy manager of the bank informed her via letter dated 31 December 1997 that the request of Sri Rajiv Khanna for compassionate appointment has been declined by the competent authority. Stop. Srimati Sila Khanna once again made a request to the general manager personnel of the bank for appointment of her son on compassionate grounds. Stop. In this undated application, she gave the details of the service benefits received by her husband and admitted that she has received a total amount of rupees 2,72,614 towards gratuity Provident Fund DRF Fund, Family Welfare Scheme, Group Insurance, Leave Encashment, and is receiving rupees 3,200 as pension from the bank. Stop. She, however, stated that her daughter got married at Lucknow, in which she had spent rupees 3,20,000. Stop. She had taken rupees 20,000 as loan, after which the family condition of the family has deteriorated. Stop. She sent reminders on 22 March 2001 and 6 July 2001. Stop. The bank again, by the communication dated 11 January 2002, the petitioner turned down the request. Stop. The senior manager informed the petitioner that the compassionate appointment is granted to the dependents of the deceased employee to enable the family to tide over sudden crisis. Stop. Such an appointment cannot be claimed after the crisis is over. Stop. The bank regretted its ability to consider his request and advised the petitioner not to enter into any further correspondence on the subject in future. Stop. On 8 April 2002, the petitioner's mother, Srimati Sila Khanna, received a letter from the chief manager Karmik of the bank in response to her letter to Special Secretary, Ministry of Finance, Government of India, dated 5 February 2002, stating that the compassionate appointment is given only when family is in a state of poverty and has no source of income stop. Since the monthly income of the family is sufficient, the competent authority had rejected her application stop. He further stated in the reply, that the compassionate appointment is offered only to tide over immediate financial crisis, and once the